Hey, Red Conrad. This is for your Myths of Homelessness for the Putnam Homeless Solutions blog, vlog, whatever you're doing over there. First of all, I want to say hi. I'm Beth from @voiceofbeth on Instagram. There are a lot of myths about the homeless. The one that really comes to mind for me personally is that everybody who's homeless is an addict or like a prostitute or something like that. I, for one, am stone cold sober. I'm quite employable. I was leaving a bad situation and I thought that homelessness would be better for my mental health, and it is. So, not everybody's an addict. Eventually, after a while of being homeless, you can veer off into that real easy because there's not a lot you can do, especially like if you don't have access to public transportation, if you don't have access to resources. If you're just stuck homeless up in a mountain town, you're screwed. You might as well smoke a bowl. You might as well, whatever, smoke meth or whatever you're doing, drink a beer. So, not every homeless person is an addict. Also, a lot of people who have never been homeless equate homelessness with a lack of intelligence. In my experience, and I've been homeless in Dallas, I've been homeless in Miami, I've been homeless in Biloxi, I've been homeless in Gulfport, I'm now homeless in Oregon. The people that I have found to be homeless, they are some of the most amazing people that you will meet. Now, are there some jerks and stuff in there? Some real scary, creepy people? Yes. Is it the majority? Not necessarily. It depends on your area. It depends on who your little crowd is. I've met some of the most creative, some of the most brilliant homeless people that you wouldn't even believe it. Specifically, there was this one couple, Sean and Becky, that I met in Biloxi, Gulfport area. They, just like every other homeless person, they didn't have anything to do all day. And, just stay up on your phone. You're on your phone a little bit, but you don't stay up on your phone because you don't know when you're going to charge next, unless you have a system down. So, they spent their time, Sean specifically, it was a trash pile when they started, right? By the time this dude was done with it, this thing was amazing. Okay, it was like it had like a little pathway, little tiny sticks were lining the pathway. Like he used like this old basin, and like that was like the hand washing station. Like these guys went above and fucking beyond, and they are only one example of so many that I have found across the nation that were just brilliant. Some of them painted shells to earn money. I'm just telling you, like some of them played music and busked. They're homeless people. When you see a homeless person, I can almost guarantee you they have a higher than average IQ. And that's why they're homeless too. It's because they can't exist within a lot of the social structures we have today, within working and stuff like that. Maybe they have a slight mental illness, but it's manageable. You know what I mean? Like, people just shit on the homeless. I'm never going to understand it. Another myth is that homeless people have bed bugs. They do not. If you're looking for bed bugs, they can have them, but they don't come from campers. Like, there's different tiers of homelessness. And one tier is like where you have a tent set up in some wilderness part of an urban area or even a country area, a rural area. And those are like campers, right? The campers never have bed bugs because the bed bugs cannot survive in any type of sunlight. Now, if you live in a shelter, there was a shelter I stayed at in Miami, I think called Chapman, I believe. It's 1550 North Miami Avenue or something like that. Anyway, this place was over fucking run with bed bugs, okay? Overrun. It was even in their stores of, like, they had like a clothes closet And this was supposed to have been heat treated, right? And it was supposed to have been sanitized or whatever they do with their processes there. It was not. Like, my ex, I was with a dude at that time, and my ex pulled out one of those braided belts from like the, I don't know, the early 90s, late 80s. And it was just like thousands of dead bed bugs in there. It was so gross. There were just bed bugs everywhere. So like shelters might have bed bugs. Campers don't have them. Like budget hotels that you can stay, pay by the week. They were in a Dallas hotel that I stayed at. It was so horrible. The bed bugs are just horrendous. So that's another myth. Not all homeless people have bed bugs, okay? They're not addicts. They're not stupid. They don't have bed bugs. Not all of them anyway. And I'm trying to think. What else do they have? What other myths are there? There's so friggin' many. You can't just go to a shelter. And it's not just about the lack of beds and funding. There's a lot of things, like you're only allowed so many items. You have, in some shelters, you only have a teeny tiny locker. And, if you just are newly homeless, you have a shit ton of stuff still. You haven't gone through that purge of items. You haven't gone through that, death of materialism yet. So there's a lot. There's a lot of myths. If I think of more, Red Conrad, I will definitely send you some. I wish you well on your mission. I know you deserve it. I like to see these homeless organizations being run by somebody who actually was homeless. You know, I mean, even if you haven't been, it's good to have a heart for the homeless. But at the same time, like, if you've never been homeless, you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like when you can't even use a restroom, you know? And like, people are mocking you for seeing you drive down the side of the road and you're shitting behind a bush. Well, if you treated me like a human, I would have just used the toilet. You know what I mean? So anyway, bye, Red Conrad. Edit this video how you need to. I hope you have a great rest of your day.